Hello, folks. Welcome to the greatest call short discourses, the global voice for expanding consciousness. Today, we delve into a topic that is as old as humanity itself, a sensation that has haunted the minds of men and women from time immemorial: fear. Fear, as we know it, is an unwanted condition that we consciously create, yet unfortunately do so helplessly. It is a paradox of our existence, a testament to our vulnerability as conscious beings. We create fear, we dread it, yet it is an integral part of our psyche, a bitter pill that we are forced to swallow. But what is fear really? It's not just a feeling, it's an experience, a state of being. It's that chill that runs down your spine when you're alone in a dark room. It's that sinking feeling in your stomach when you're standing on the edge of a cliff. It's that racing heartbeat when you're facing an audience, all eyes on you. It's an unwanted condition, an undesirable state that we consciously create, yet, paradoxically, do so helplessly. Now, here's a thought to ponder. Fear is the root of all evil. Yes, you heard that right. Fear is the root of all evil. Just think about it. Fear breeds uncertainty, doubt, and anxiety. It makes us second guess ourselves. It makes us question our abilities. It makes us feel small and insignificant. And it doesn't stop there. Fear also breeds negativity. It makes us see the worst in people. It makes us mistrustful. It makes us defensive. It makes us build walls around ourselves, shutting out the world, shutting out opportunities, shutting out love and happiness. But here's the kicker. Fear, being the root of all evil, is a condition we consciously create, unfortunately, helplessly. Despite knowing the damage it can cause, we let it seep into our lives, into our hearts, into our minds. We let it control us. We let it define us. And that, my friends, is the true power of fear. The laws of the universe are inflexibly unforgiving, impersonal, and impartial. These fundamental laws govern everything from the smallest particle to the grandest galaxy. And they also govern us, human beings, in ways that we tend to overlook. Specifically, they have a profound influence on our fears. Fear, in essence, is an unwanted condition that we consciously create, yet feel helpless to prevent. It's like a dark cloud that we summon, knowing well it will bring a storm, but we are unable to dispel it. So, how do the laws of the universe come into play here? Let's consider one of the fundamental laws of the universe. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. That's right. The more attention you give to something, the more energy you direct towards it. And this energy, my friends, is the fuel that brings that something into existence. This law is as impartial and unforgiving as gravity. It doesn't care if the object of your attention is a cherished dream or a dreaded fear. It works just the same. Now, imagine what happens when we focus our attention on our fears. That's right. We are directing our energy, our consciousness, towards creating the very conditions we fear. We are, in effect, manifesting our fears into reality. Just as the wise man, Job, ordained by the ultimate consciousness, said, "For the things I feared have overtaken me, and what I dreaded has happened to me." Remember, the laws of the universe are impartial. They don't judge whether your attention is directed towards something beneficial or harmful. They simply ensure that energy flows where attention goes. And if that attention is on your fears, well, then that's where the energy will go. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? But it's also a powerful insight, because if we can create our fears, we can also uncreate them. We can choose to direct our attention and our energy towards things that uplift us rather than things that scare us. The conditions or things you fear will happen. They shall happen, and they must happen. but only if you allow your attention and energy to feed them. In the next scene, we'll explore more about the consciousness of fear and how we can overcome it. So, stay tuned. To understand fear, we must delve into our consciousness. This seemingly abstract realm is where fear takes root and grows. It's a garden of possibilities, yet often we plant seeds of dread and apprehension. The power of consciousness is immense. It's the wellspring of our thoughts, feelings, and desires. However, it's also the birthplace of our fears. Consider this: your consciousness is like a powerful spotlight. Wherever you direct it, energy follows. Now, imagine your fears as shadowy figures lurking at the edges of this spotlight. The more attention you give them, the more they step into the light, becoming larger, more tangible, and ultimately real. This is how consciousness plays a pivotal role in creating fear. It's not about the presence of fear itself, but how we engage with it. When we focus our attention, our consciousness, on the things we dread, we inadvertently empower them. We give them life and allow them to occupy space in our reality. Now, let's turn the tables. What if we directed our consciousness not toward our fears, but toward our hopes, our aspirations? Imagine the power of an unshakable belief in our abilities, in our dreams. This is the same energy that can create fear, but harnessed in a different direction. It's about shifting the spotlight, shining it on the path you want to tread, not the shadows that hold you back. It's about consciously choosing to invest your energy in the creation of a reality you desire, rather than one you fear. This is the power of consciousness. And here's the thing: your consciousness cannot lie. It cannot want and not want simultaneously. It cannot harbor doubts. It is pure. It is absolute. And so, when you direct it with conviction, it must experience the condition. If you genuinely believe in your capacity to overcome, to succeed, to thrive, then that is the reality your consciousness will manifest. Remember, your consciousness is a powerful tool. Use it wisely, and fear will have no place in your reality. Fear has a profound impact on our lives. It's a statement that rings true for every individual, regardless of age, gender, or circumstance. Fear, being an emotion, is often viewed as a response to threats. However, it is more than just an emotional response. It is a potent force that can shape our daily lives and decisions. Let's think about it. When fear takes hold, it can dominate our thoughts, cloud our judgments, and steer our actions. It's like a puppet master pulling the strings, directing our lives in ways we may not even realize. Have you ever avoided an opportunity because you were afraid of failure? Or perhaps backed down from a challenge because you feared the possible outcomes? These are classic examples of how fear can manipulate our decisions. Moreover, fear has the power to create unwanted or untoward situations. This happens when we direct our consciousness toward the things we fear. Remember the laws of the universe we discussed earlier? Wherever attention goes, directed consciousness energy must flow to create. So, when we focus on our fears, we are essentially inviting them into our reality. Just like Job said, "For the things I feared have overtaken me, and what I dreaded has happened to me." Fear, in essence, is an unwanted condition we consciously but helplessly create. It's like planting a seed of dread in our minds and then being surprised when it grows into a tree of anxiety. This is the paradoxical nature of fear. We don't want it, yet we feed it with our attention and energy. However, it's important to remember that fear is not an all-powerful tyrant. We have the ability to acknowledge it, understand it, and ultimately control it. The key lies in directing our consciousness towards what we want, not what we fear. It's about shifting the focus from the negative to the positive, from fear to courage, from doubt to belief. Fear, when left unchecked, can lead to most unwanted or untoward situations. It's a stark reminder that fear is not to be underestimated, but it's also a call to action, a challenge to take control of our fears and reclaim the power to shape our own reality. So, overcoming fear is not an easy task, but it is necessary. It's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and a strong will. But the good news is, it's a journey that can be embarked upon by anyone, regardless of where they are in life. One of the first steps in overcoming fear is understanding its purpose. Fear is a natural response to perceived danger, a survival mechanism that has served us well throughout evolution. However, in today's world, our fears often don't involve life-threatening situations, but rather situations that threaten our comfort, stability, or status quo. Once we understand this, we can start to challenge our fears. This involves stepping out of our comfort zones and confronting these fears head-on. This is not about being reckless or ignoring genuine danger, but about recognizing when fear is holding us back from reaching our full potential and taking calculated risks to overcome it. Another effective strategy for overcoming fear is reframing it. Instead of viewing fear as an obstacle, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Every time we face a fear and come out the other side, we become stronger, more resilient, and more confident. Visualization is another powerful tool in our arsenal. By visualizing the outcome we desire rather than the one we fear, we can redirect our consciousness energy towards the creation of positive conditions. This is not about ignoring reality, but about focusing on the possibilities rather than the limitations. Mindfulness and meditation can also play a crucial role in overcoming fear. These practices help us stay present and grounded, reducing anxiety and helping us respond to fear in a more thoughtful, less reactive way. Finally, it's important to remember that overcoming fear is a process, not a one-time event. It takes time, patience, and persistence. But with each fear we face, we become stronger, braver, and more capable. By directing our consciousness towards what we want, we can overcome fear. It's not about denying the existence of fear, but about choosing to focus on the possibilities and potential that lie beyond it. In Paul Sharon-Kobidi's book, Fear Can Be a Hindrance to Personal Growth, this statement is as profound as it is true. Fear in its many forms can prevent us from reaching our full potential, from stepping out of our comfort zones, and from experiencing the full range of life's opportunities. Consider this. Fear is like a chain that binds us, restricts us, keeps us in a box. It makes us play safe, avoiding risks and new experiences. It holds us back from exploring new ideas, from pushing our boundaries, from challenging ourselves. Fear can stifle creativity, hinder innovation, and suppress our unique voices. But let's flip the coin and look at the other side. Overcoming fear, on the other hand, can be a catalyst for personal growth. When we face our fears and conquer them, we unlock doors we didn't even know existed. We discover strengths we didn't know we had. We develop resilience, courage, and confidence. We learn to trust ourselves, to believe in our abilities, to embrace the unknown. When we overcome fear, we open ourselves to new experiences, new ideas, new possibilities. We expand our horizons, broaden our perspectives, and deepen our understanding of the world and of ourselves. We become more adaptable, more flexible, more open-minded. We become better problem solvers, better decision makers, better leaders. And as we grow and develop, we find that we are not just surviving, but thriving. We are not just existing, but living. We are not just reacting, but creating. We are not just following, but leading. We are not just dreaming, but achieving. So, let's not let fear hold us back. Let's not let fear dictate our lives. Let's not let fear steal our dreams. Let's face our fears, conquer them, and use them as stepping stones to personal growth and success. Because, as the saying goes, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Overcoming fear can pave the way for personal growth and success. So, let's start today. Let's start now. Let's start with courage. Let's start with determination. Let's start with belief. And let's start with hope. And in conclusion, fear is a powerful force that can shape our lives. It's a universal experience, an unwanted condition that we consciously create, yet feel helplessly entangled with. Throughout our discourse today, we've delved into the depths of this complex emotion and its profound impacts on our lives. We began by defining fear and acknowledging its role as the root of all evil. A bold statement, certainly, but one that underscores the power of this emotion. Fear can drive us to act in ways that betray our true nature, creating unwanted conditions and circumstances. We explored the laws of the universe and how they respond to fear. Impersonal and impartial, these laws operate without fail, regardless of our age or experience. They act on the principle that wherever attention goes, energy flows. When we direct our consciousness towards our fears, we inevitably manifest them into our reality. This is neither a punishment nor a reward. It's simply the universe responding to our energetic blueprint. We delved into the consciousness of fear, recognizing that it's not an external force imposed upon us, but something we cultivate within ourselves. Fear is born of our thoughts, our beliefs, and our perceptions, and it's within these elements that we hold the power to change it. We acknowledge the impact of fear, how it can overshadow our lives, dictating our actions and reactions. Fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from living our lives to the fullest and realizing our true potential. Yet, it is not an insurmountable obstacle. We discussed the path to overcoming fear, focusing our attention not on the fear itself, but on what we desire. By directing our consciousness towards our aspirations, with unshakable belief, we can manifest our desired conditions. In this way, fear can be transmuted into a catalyst for growth and transformation. Finally, we connected fear to personal growth. Every fear faced is an opportunity for growth. When we confront and overcome our fears, we not only free ourselves from their chains, but also unlock our potential and pave the way for personal evolution. So, fear, in all its complexity, is not merely a negative force to be avoided at all costs. It's a teacher, a guide, a catalyst for growth, and a gateway to self-understanding. When we understand our fears, we gain insight into our deepest desires and our true nature. Ultimately, fear is a part of the human experience. It's a part of our journey towards self-awareness and personal growth. It's not something to be eradicated completely, but to be understood, managed, and used as a tool for personal evolution. Understanding and overcoming fear is key to living a fulfilling life. So, let's embrace the journey, face our fears, and allow them to guide us towards our greatest selves.